Happiness is something we all chase, but have you ever noticed how quickly it fades? That moment of joy, excitement, or contentment often feels so fleeting. Why does happiness seem to slip through our fingers just when we think we've grasped it? The truth is, fleeting happiness fades because it's tied to external circumstances, and anything based on external factors is never permanent. When we attach our happiness to things like material success, relationships, or achievements, we're building it on shaky ground. These things are constantly changing, and when they shift or disappear, so does our sense of happiness. You get the promotion, the new car, or even fall in love, but over time, the novelty wears off and you're left searching for that next high. It's a cycle that leaves you feeling empty. What we need to understand is that real, lasting happiness can't come from outside sources. It comes from within. When you practice mindfulness, you start to recognize that everything in life is temporary, and that includes the highs and the lows. Instead of attaching yourself to fleeting moments of joy, mindfulness teaches you to find contentment in the present moment, no matter what's happening around you. Think about how often we seek happiness in anticipation of something, that vacation, that new gadget, or even a future goal. But when that moment finally arrives, it doesn't feel as fulfilling as we imagined. This is because we've placed our happiness outside of ourselves, in something that's bound to change or fade. Mindfulness, on the other hand, teaches us to be present with our emotions without clinging to them. It's about embracing the ebb and flow of life. By being fully in the moment, whether it's a moment of joy or pain, you begin to see happiness in a new light. It's not something to be chased or captured. It's something to be experienced in all its forms without attachment. The spiritual aspect of this journey is profound. When you're truly connected to your inner self, you start to realize that happiness isn't something to be found. It's something you cultivate. It's a state of being, not a result of external events. This is why mindfulness and spiritual practice are so intertwined. Both teach you to find peace and fulfillment from within, not from what's happening outside of you. It's important to understand that fleeting happiness is a natural part of the human experience. We are conditioned to seek pleasure and avoid pain. But in the pursuit of pleasure, we often overlook the deeper contentment that can come from simply being present with what is, without needing it to be any different. Another factor that contributes to fleeting happiness is our constant need for stimulation. In our fast-paced world, we're conditioned to always seek the next thrill, the next exciting experience. But the problem with this is that no experience, no matter how thrilling, can sustain happiness for long. Once the excitement wears off, we're left feeling empty and searching for the next thing to fill that void. Mindfulness teaches us to slow down and appreciate the present moment without constantly needing more. It helps us find joy in the simplicity of life, in the quiet moments, the stillness, the everyday experiences that often go unnoticed. When we're fully present, we realize that happiness isn't something we have to chase. It's already here, in this moment. One of the biggest lessons we learn through spirituality and mindfulness is that happiness isn't linear. It's not something you achieve and then hold on to forever. It ebbs and flows, just like everything else in life. By accepting this, we can stop resisting the natural ups and downs of our emotional world and start finding peace in the present, even when things aren't perfect. True happiness doesn't come from avoiding pain or discomfort, but from embracing the full spectrum of emotions. It's about being okay with the fact that life is constantly changing, and so are our feelings. When you can sit with your emotions, both the pleasant and the unpleasant, without trying to escape them, you begin to experience a deeper sense of contentment. It's easy to get caught up in the idea that happiness comes from more money, more success, more pleasure. But real, lasting happiness comes from less attachment, less striving, less needing things to be a certain way in order to feel content. It's about finding peace in the present moment, exactly as it is. Fleeting happiness often fades because it's built on things that are temporary, things that are outside of our control. When you think about it, the fleeting nature of happiness is not something to fear or resist, but something to understand and embrace. Life itself is temporary, always changing, and this impermanence extends to our emotions and experiences. Trying to hold on to fleeting happiness is like trying to capture the wind. It's impossible, and ultimately, it leads to frustration. Mindfulness and spirituality teach us that the pursuit of happiness isn't about chasing after more experiences, but about cultivating a state of contentment that remains steady regardless of life's fluctuations. It's about learning to embrace the present moment with all its highs and lows, and finding a sense of peace that isn't tied to anything external. Once we internalize this truth, we stop chasing fleeting happiness and start cultivating a deeper, more grounded sense of joy. This shift allows us to navigate life's inevitable ups and downs with more grace and resilience. It's not that we won't experience moments of happiness or sadness, but that we'll no longer be so attached to them. We'll be able to appreciate happiness when it arises without clinging to it, and we'll be able to sit with discomfort without trying to escape it. This is the essence of spiritual growth, learning to find happiness, not in the fleeting moments, but in the quiet, steady presence of our own being. When we can do this, we're no longer at the mercy of life's circumstances. We become anchored in something deeper, something unshakable. If this resonates with you, take a moment to reflect on where you're seeking your happiness. Are you looking outside of yourself? Or are you ready to turn inward and cultivate a more lasting sense of peace? At Soul Upflow, we are here to guide you on that journey of mindfulness and spiritual growth. If you're ready to explore deeper, make sure to subscribe to the channel for more content that will help you align with your highest self. We'd love to hear from you. What did you learn from this video? Do you feel like you've been chasing fleeting happiness? Or are you finding more fulfillment within? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's keep growing, reflecting, and finding peace together. Thank you for watching, and remember, true happiness isn't found in the fleeting moments. It's found in the here and now, in the present moment within you. Stay mindful, stay aligned, and let your soul flow.